Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in my books, doing what I do for you. Oh, I got a nice lesson for you today. Got you. I see what you like. I'm starting to figure it out now. I'm still getting in there. Work with me. Hang in there. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. This is a story for life. I give life lessons. You tuned in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's continue. I'm ready. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's the end game for all right thinkers. That's the end all be all for us as right thinkers to know thyself. That's the question. Do you know you? There's five kinds of people. I'll break it down for you. And once you find yourself, if you ain't satisfied with that, put some work in. I'll be right here to help you with that. Yeah. Let's go. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they even know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. But you, stay tuned. I got you. I appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. I put the thinking there. It's usually just believe. But they become a noun because they think they know. So I got to throw that one in for them because they there. Avoid them, I do. Moving on. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. So that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow that. All these persons they reside in you. Right? Think to know ourselves and to my act be true. I got a little bit of stuff here. I got a whole lot of stuff here. I'm going to the book. Okay, here we go. Committed Tree of Life. Now, according to the book, if we were going through session, this would be lesson number 7. So I didn't, keep walking you through some of the stuff, giving it to you as I go. So this is going to be another lesson. The title is Right Thinker. Let's talk about the principle of set. Oh, you talked about set. That's the bad guy. This is the principle of set and how to overcome, aka conquer, egoism. It's a lesson here. It's a story, it's a lesson of the journey of the tree of life. We're making that journey up. This is the first level. I introduced you to Haru. I showed you Haru and Set, who is his uncle. But now we're going to deal with the principle of Set and understanding how to conquer and how to defeat egoism. Okay? But this is Set still. Let's go. The first level that is above us from Haru is human existence is what? Set and Neftet. Recall the picture on the Haru set. We talked about Haru's aspect. Haru dash set is what? A combination of two divinities. I told you, you got Haru here, you got Set on the side. You on this side. But you see that Haru is the natural head. Set is the appendage. So here's the picture. I want to make sure you get an idea of who he looked like. What's the deal with this guy? Okay. Now you see the guy with two heads. Okay, one of them is Haru. The hawk is Haru. That's your higher self. And the funny looking thing with the square ears, aardvark, camel, whatever you call it. He's a unique thing for a reason. We'll talk about that as we go. So let's talk about Set is a combination of two divinities, Haru and Set. It is depicted as Haru with what? Two heads. One head is the hawk head, excuse me, and one head is the strange looking animal. Okay, his head looks like a little like a camel, like a dog, as well as an aardvark. Okay, so they don't really know what he is, but they know he's a unique thing, and they did that for a purpose, a reason. We get to that as we go through. Now, there is no record of any such animal existing in ancient Kemet, ancient Africa. It is mythological. It's a mythological creature that has no origin, no destination, and we will explain again why that is further as we go along. So break it down for you. Set, not a bad guy. We're gonna find that out. Watch this. Break it down for you. We getting there. The next picture that's in 41. They got Set on this side, Neptune on that side. They was consorts. They was married. Okay. Set represents ego. Neptune represents mortality. That's the first level. Your ego and your mortality pretty much on the same level. As you go through this tree, you'll see. So let's talk about this now. The composite divinity, Haru and Set, in one personality. The enemy in you is you. Ego. That's you. Your higher self is you have to put your ego in check, so to speak. So let's talk about this. So what does the struggle of life in terms of successes and failures of maintaining virtue in life represent? What's the struggle about? I call it the holy war. Good, evil, set, or rule. Your decision. Going on, moving on. What this means is that this wonderful spiritual aspiration that you have in yourself to be better, do better, you come here, you sit for the classes, you pay attention to my shows, you study the books, you read, and you want to be what? An aspirant. All that kind of thing signifies what? That you mean well, your intent is good, but we know intent only goes so far. Why? The road to hell is paved with good intention. How do you get to hell? So if the intent ain't there to follow through with the action of the intent, it means nothing. Good intention means nothing. But watch this. But often, for most people, the next thing that happens is that you get caught up in the world. Here you go. About how, what that means? You get pregnant if you're a female, or you get somebody pregnant if you're a male. You get drunk, or you eat too much, or you smoke excessively, or you get angry easily, or you hit people out of reaction of anger. Whatever it is, because all along with the wonderful aspiration that is in you, there is something else. What's that something else? That's your board. And that something else is called set. So you have some positive aspects. You have that's Haru. That's the good part. That's him. Okay. In your personality, and that causes you to do good deeds. Okay. And remember, Haru, good deeds, and be altruistic. Okay. Creative. But there is another aspect, here we go, that comes out once in a while. Comes out once in a while. But more often for who? The lesser evolved people, meaning the ignorant. Those less enlightened. Why? That causes negative thoughts. Again, low level people, they think negatively, negative feelings, and that leads to negative action. Notice that the image is of the what? Body of Haru, and that the head of Set is actually an appendage. There is more Haru in the body, straight connection, and only there's more Haru, a head of Set coming out the side. Me. This would be Set. I got him under control, so he don't get no say so. He get no run. You had to put your foot on his neck and use him to your discretion. You'll find out why. But watch this. But the head is all that is needed. Watch this. Just his head on your body is all that's needed to what? Send your personality for a loop. Okay, he can do work. The whole idea, the presence of the head of Set means what? That the mind and the unrighteousness of Set can what? Corrupt even the most perfect body. Physically fit, pumping iron, in great shape. But if living on the ego level, it's all for naught. Watch this. There is an ancient Egyptian proverb that states there are two roads of mankind. One is the path of righteousness, and the other is the path of unrighteousness. Simple. And this is your choice. Your free will to take what? The path. But it's not as simple as free will or your free choice. Why? Because you really don't have free choice. It's an illusion. You think that you have free choice, but you're kidding yourself. Watch this. You are fooling yourself. Again, your choice is determined by what? The life you lead. All persons' life is what? Determined by their actions. Your actions are determined by what? Your thoughts. And the thoughts are determined by what? The philosophy a person lives by. Let's start right there. We are what you think. Whatever you believe, that's what you're gonna focus on, and that's where you're gonna be. You attract what you are, not what you want. Law of attraction. What comes to you is what you bring to you. That's all simple facts. But watch this. When you think in life determines your thoughts, if you have negative, low-level thoughts, you're gonna have negative, low-level actions, and that's not good. That's why the idea of raising your consciousness means think better of yourself. My man told me, right thinking, just like positive thinking. Okay, yeah, why? Because you never put yourself in a negative state of mind. Never depreciate yourself. Never down yourself. They call it, oh, you conceited. You ego. No, no, no. The ego ain't gonna let you down yourself. He got too much pride. So rely on him to keep you from going down. That's what I do. Use him to your benefit. Trust me. Now, do you believe you are an individual personality in competitions with other individual personality in the world, or do you believe you are higher than that, belonging to something greater and more sublime than that? When a person performs an action, that action contributes to what? To a building tendency to move in the direction of the action as is repeated. As you think it, you are. If your belief is well founded, you good to go. If you study and practice right thinking philosophy, you good to go. If your life, watch this, is virtuous, that's practicing right thinking philosophy, that sets up your IRI of virtuous tendencies. If you do lots of good deeds, watch this, what's IRI? Good deeds. If you have lots of good thoughts, again, we talk about positive thinking, right thinking, you have tendencies in that direction. Think positive, feel positive, actions gonna be positive. It's your choice. Either way, it's your call. Now, if you are a negative person, it's simple. You say hateful comments. And I got a phrase. When I hear people say things that just really hurt me, I say, God don't like ugly. Saying hateful, spiteful, nasty things is just ugly. And God don't like that. So you cannot think that you can be that kind of person and God's gonna bless you. He won't. I'm just giving you a heads up. Now, you develop what? Hate, and you tend to be a hateful person. We know a bunch of them. If you're not happy in life, if you're just a hater because everybody around you seem to be doing good, you ain't happy for nobody because your life is going bad, you're a hater. Okay? Now, if you are a lustful person, you know a lot of them, lusting after things, okay? Meaning possessions, cars, uh, jewelry, all that stuff, that clothes, whatever it is, you lust for those things. You develop more lust as your what? Tendency. It's showing you how, as you thinking, you will actually do it. And that goes on even after death. That implies, that impels you in that direction. What you desire is pretty much what you're going to try to aspire to get. They say be careful what you wish for. Why? You just might get it. A lot of us, I want to be famous. I wish that, and all of a sudden when it happens, they lose their cool. They freak out. They lose it. Why? Because they wasn't ready. They wanted it, but they didn't understand what happened. They got it. They say a fool and his money will soon part. We know a lot of people who mess up a lot of money. They fool. I don't care who your name. I don't care your title, your name. No, your actions tell me you're a fool. If you had a bunch of money, you lost it. You're a fool. Moving on. This concept. Now consider that you may think that you can make. Watch this. A conscious choice. How many times have you tried to stop smoking or stop drinking, eating meat? You can't, and you can't do it. Why? Somebody put some meat in front of you and you feel you got to take it. Why? Because your desires, because of your desires, you desire it. Sometimes with rationalization, the action you know is wrong, but which you can't stop yourself from doing, right there, you're going to rationalize a wrong act in your mind to do it, and then realize once you do it, too late. They call that Monday morning quarterbacking after the fact, and they ain't won a game yet. So you have heard that kind of rationalization speech, okay? Just a little bit. Just this one last time. No, not a big deal. Just just a little white lie. This is what we negotiate in our mind. We're talking to ourselves, okay? Or just a little, just one more beer, or just one more. We'll go by it one more time. That's gonna be last time. I ain't gonna do no more. Or sometimes you get sick and tired of what? Hanging back, and you just say, I'm going to do it. You say, you may say, now, if I'm going to commit this sin, let me just go headlong into it. Never good. If I'm going to have a little affair, nah, I'm like Steve Harvey wife. Let me have an adulterous, a full-blown affair. I had to get that one there. No offense, Steve. You ain't one of my favorite people. So, do you, Mr. Relationship. All right. Let's talk about virtuous people. Which we know she wasn't. Virtuous people do not have to worry about being virtuous. Good people don't sit around. Oh, let me just read. Virtuous people don't worry about being virtuous. Why? They don't have to sit around and worry, what would I do if this situation happens? What would I do if that situation happens? What am I going to do, or what am I going to say or do? They don't have to. Why? Because all that is going to come out from the storehouse of what is there already. What's done in the darkness is brought to light. Now, from the positive IRE, that was created through what? Positive thoughts. And again, positive actions of the past. If you are kind of a person who is getting into those things, the teachings, but you are coming from a place where you cussing a lot. We all been there. Every other word came out your mouth was the MF this, be that. Been there, done that too. Quick one. The first show I did a few years ago, and can you feel this? I'm on the air for an hour. Just going. My mother looks at it. She said, well, baby, you didn't cuss. So I get it. So you notice, watch this, how sometimes you try to transform yourself. And we all want to be better, so we work on that. I'm still practicing every day to prepare for greatness. So you try to transform yourself. How? You try to become virtuous and righteous. Those are my two favorite words. Virtue and righteous and all that kind of thing. Watch this. And all of a sudden, an insult or a curse word come flying out your mouth. And you don't know where it came from. And you didn't mean it, but you tried to control it. But it came out anyway. That's the that's the ego. He gonna slip up every now and then. You're gonna control him. That's what's gonna happen. Watch this. Now, and I'm almost gonna I get this done. Let me take it home right now. And this is the efficient. Excuse me. And this is an efficient of your unconsciousness. This effect of your unconscious mind. Watch this. That is tied to your mouth, your speech organ. You may try to control it, but you can't fully. Why? Because eventually your unconscious mind will compel you, since the impressions are still there, waiting to be expressed with the energy they have associated with them. This is why the unconscious mind must be cleansed. And what is the unconscious mind? The unconscious mind is what? Is the region of your existence where your unconscious impressions, your IRE, is stored. You have three main realms, I gave this lesson before, of planes in which you can exist. One is the physical plane, the pet, and that is the plane where most people know about. There is astral plane, okay? That is the plane where your mind operates, the dream world, okay, the dream state. When you have a thought, imagination, an idea, or a dream, you are operating in that plane. But where do those thoughts that come into your conscious awareness come from? Where they come from? They already have existed as seeds in your deeper unconscious mind, a realm that you are not aware of. But every time you have a thought or you make an action, a residue or impression gets dropped into that unconscious area, and it sprouts forth when your current or future physical or mental energy or activity resonates with the IRE, which is your karmic impression, meaning your actions will dictate the results. For every action, you reap what you sow. I'm done. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back. I got some more with set, but I'll be back. Let me just get this out of the way. Good actions and bad actions, which is your IRE. Now, watch this. You can transform it by performing righteous actions today, suppressing the negative actions, and resolving those negative actions through understanding of your error. Egoistic actions are erroneous because they are what? Based on unrighteous. Your ego is unrighteous on error. If you hate somebody, understand that you are hating what? Yourself. Your hatred is a factor of your own failure to seek the truth to fulfill yourself in what? A righteous manner. Your failure to achieve happiness is the same thing. Everything you do is up to you. If you're successful, you're good. If you fail, it's on you. Hope you learned the lesson. I got more for you. Bye.